Shall we begin then? Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. This session is actually like Phalashruti for the whole course. Last week we were studying, what happens if you, it is still here somewhere?
It should be right on top there.
Ah, wonderful. So we were studying what happens when you chant with meaning, of course, the entire Ganapati Upanishad, what happens. And we learned some interesting things. What happens if you chant on one leg? No, not that, but you know. I'm sure that if somebody did that and they were able to understand what happens as a result, that also would have been documented, you know, and maybe documented in the future. So, all these things we saw. What happens if you chant this Upanishad? And some very nice things were talked about. That, you know, the main refrain of all the things that were talked about is the kshaya of papa. That there is papa kshaya. And what is papa kshaya? Erasure of papa. Very good. Kshaya is decline, you know, the rotting away of all omissions and commissions. That is what is the meaning of kshaya. And so this papa kshaya is being talked about. And so the Ganapati Upanishad, for example, it's a case in point because it has two kinds of Phalashruti is there. One is not mentioned. The major one is not mentioned because that phala of the study of the Upanishad is to transform the entire being of the person. That is the Phalashruti. How are you going to, relate that, I'm breathing easier. I'm not so stressed out. This is all nothing to relate because it's not on the level of the body, mind, sense complex. Even though it may be discerned there is a little freedom in the way one moves in the world perhaps. It may be discerned at that level, but that is not the testament. The testament is really in the transformation of the entire being, including what one thinks of as I. And that I is always connected to the body, located in the mind, located with reference to the ego, the knower, the doer, the thinker, the one that says, I own up this body, mind, sense complex. That I is located in reference to helplessness, fear, alienation and sorrow. This is the I that we know and do not love, This is the I that is very well known. Prakritam means it's right here. And it cannot be disputed in a way. Because you say, yes, I'm experiencing it and therefore it is real. But also, by the same token, what cannot be experienced what is also experienced is that there is asti kaschit, there is a being. Oh, where? Right where the complaint starts. From the birth cry, what am I doing in samsara again? That. From that, the initial complaint, why am I born? Ensuing from the mouth of the infant that cannot even articulate anything. And so from that first complaint to the last complaint, oh Yama, where are you? Take me, this right, running on the same body mind sense complex, powered by the same body mind sense complex, as it were. Powered means what? Residing in, abiding in that same, obtaining in that same body mind sense complex, which seems to keep on issuing complaints. Asti kaschit, there is a being. And what is this being? Swayam. Swayam means it's not dependent on anything else and anybody else. There is a complaining being and there is one watching the complaints. The one who is able to say, generally speaking, I'm complaining too much these days. And in a few cases, I'm not complaining enough. But either case, there is somebody who is watching the complaints. There is a being. And who is that? That also we call by the name of I. And that seems to not change whether one sleeps, wakes up or dreams. In all three states it's the same. And it is centered on the I again. Aham pratyaya lambanaha. And it seems to be away from all the doership and the experiencership and, all other jivaship, body, mind, senses. It seems to be away. Asti kaschit swayam nityam. Aham pratyaya lambanaha. Avasthatraya sakshi san panchakosha vilakshanaha. And that, yo vijanati sakalam, that which knows everything. Without being the knower, without having a mind. Jagrat swapna sushuptishu. And then finally, aham aham iti sakshat sakshi rupena bhasate. So there are two, there is a experience of samsara. And there is also an experience, a simultaneous experience of non-samsara. That I am not samsari, that I am not affected or afflicted. Even that is something that is experienced every day. So you cannot say how to experience Atma because that is already there. So therefore now the question is, which is the one I have to go with? That's the only choice we have to make. Which is the one that I am going to select out of these two? And naturally I am going to select the one that is free, that is uncomplaining, that is completely here and now and not beleaguered by all kinds of samsara, all kinds of samsaric experiences. This is the one I am going to select naturally. And having that, and having selected that as the locus of the I, then I have to get to know this being. I have to become familiar with this being. Because you cannot say that both of these are true. There are some theologies that say this. It's like mixed up theologies, coming out of mixed up brains perhaps. Chit jadayoho, bhedaha. There is a difference between sentient and insentient. So shall we call the world sentient or insentient? Shall we call Brahman sentient or insentient? Let us say Brahman is little bit of both. Yeah, jnana ajnana yoho samuchaya, And so there is a difference between jnanam and ajnanam, ignorance and knowledge which are opposed to each other. But then what do I say? Well, this theology says Brahman must be slightly ignorant and also knowledgeable at the same time, yugapat. At the same time. Why? Because otherwise how can I have ignorance and still be Brahman? So Brahman only must be the locus of the ignorance as well as the knowledge. This is ignorance, really. This is not a buffet where two things can be real at the same time. Because we have a definition of that which is real. That which is real it can never be negated and it's always the same. That is what the definition is. And the first level of reality, the first level of experienced reality of samsara is eminently negatable. And you don't have to wait for some muhurtam, some auspicious time to negate samsara. Just go to sleep. Where is samsara? Gone? Close your eyes, where is the Jagat? Gone, it's gone. Jagat as a source of complaint is totally gone. So if you can negate samsara so easily, then it behooves one to think that, okay, I want that which is nitya, that which is real, and therefore this is what I have to pursue, because that brings in the whole parampara. Because the I that I have to get to know, become familiar with that I, is not something to be created. Why? Because it's already there. I sense it. I know I am here, and I know that the truth of me is this uncomplaining, contented, appreciative, non-demanding, joyous being. That is the truth. I know that. I sense that. And so I have to get to know this person. And you cannot say, let us meet outside of samsara, because samsara is very problematic. Let us make a date to meet outside of samsara so that we can get to know each other better. It's like saying, I don't like space. Let's meet outside of space, because no, I'm allergic to space. So I'd love to go out for coffee with you, but let's go to a out of space coffee shop. That is not possible unless the name of the coffee shop may be out of space. That's the only way. You cannot go out of space. Similarly, you cannot say, I don't like this Jagat, let's go out of Jagat. You cannot have an out of Jagat experience. Why? Because this is a manifest universe. And so therefore, it has to, because you have only one set of body, mind, sense complexes. The one that churns out samsara and the one that assimilates the knowledge, both at the same time. So that same body, mind, sense complex has to be brought to the place of, getting to know this being. And since this being is not a product of action, so therefore what? This being is already there, that I have to get to know. So then I use the lens of the Upanishad to see this being clearly. But why do I need the lens of the magnifying glass of the Upanishad? Because the being is occluded, as though covered, as it were, cloaked by the many children of ignorance, occluded first by ignorance and all its byproducts, toxic byproducts of ignorance. Because I don't know that I am complete and whole. There is a sense of incompletion, that's a product of ignorance. Another byproduct of this sense of incompletion is the striving to complete. And the striving to complete byproduct releases a toxic effluent called, kama, because it morphs into various, unnecessary desires. And this byproduct, the tributaries of these effluents that are soon polluting the entire, being and the Jagat. And those morph into, what is that? Karma, action. What kind of action? Just needless running around. Like a headless chicken, keep on running around in circles. Under the name of progress, under the name of getting ahead, under the name of competition. And then what happens? That releases twin byproducts of karma phala, which keeps one. Karma phala means result of action. Papa, punya, guilt and hurt, in other words, omissions, my own omissions and commissions, and the results thereof that I cannot stand. And other people's omissions and commissions, real or perceived, towards me that I cannot stand. One is the latter is called hurt, the former is called guilt. So those are very toxic byproducts of ignorance. And so here, this is what happens. This is the costs of being ignorant. Ignorant is not just a simple thing, okay, I don't know, big deal. I don't know so many things in the universe. Atma is one of them. Atma is not one of the things in the universe. It's the thing. It's the only thing because of which the universe exists. Atma means I. So I have to get to know this, because these toxic effluents stun the brain. The knowing faculty is compromised, really, because the toxic effluents of ignorance have basically compromised the understanding of myself, because I have taken myself to be what I am not. And there are resistances and blocks to accepting myself as I am. And therefore we need the help of the Upanishad. The Upanishad unfolds the nature of the I and repatriates, as it were, this ahankara, the ego which had taken itself to be finite, with that which is timeless, which is the meaning of the word aham, which is the meaning of the word om, the sacred word om, which is the meaning of the word here and now, which is the meaning of the word ananda, which is the meaning of the word completion, contentment, total, that is limitless. This is what I, is. And this I have to get to know. And so this 1 month course was a get to know session. Become familiar with the I. And then the phalashruti of that familiarity, usually after 1 month. What is the phalashruti? Phalashruti means the effect. The effect of this 1 month of attempting to get to know, making a certain clearing in one's life, and making a mental sankalpa, a commitment to get to know, and taking the time out to be present for the sessions, even though things might come. So this commitment has a very beautiful effect. What does it do? It says, I like what I am getting to know. Yeah. You never meet an Atma you do not like. Never. It's not possible to happen. You can never say, I don't like this I that I have been introduced to, whose contours I am seeing, beyond the shadows of my own perceptions, of my own subjectivity. I'm seeing the outline and I don't like it. I'm getting a glimpse of it and I don't like it. No one will say. No one will say. If anybody says that, there is some other homework that needs to be done. There is some aberration at the level of the psychological order that one needs to take care of. Nobody will say that. Why? Because this is the one, this is a priyam, this is the one that I really want to be. This is the one I want to be. I want to be big. I want to be compassionate. I want to be like the Dalai Lama. I want to be like, the most contented person. That's what I want to be. And you can't want to be something that you don't know. You cannot desire an unknown object. And here, if the unknown object happens to be the subject, that means you already know, you sense that. And so, if this 1 month course has done nothing other than evoke a desire to get to know this being a little more and to spend more time with it, then we can say that our goals have been successful. Yeah, that is what it is. I told you the Vedanta teacher should always have small goals. And so this is all it is. And so this is the phalashruti of studying the Ganapati Upanishad, is that I'd like to know this. Who is everything? Who is the truth of myself? Who is Bhagavan incarnate? That is the phalashruti. That is the real phalashruti. And then chanting it, you see, this is the ingenious effect of the Ganapati mantra and the Ganapati Upanishad, is that in addition to this phalashruti, as though anything more is needed, revealing the truth of oneself, that which reveals the truth of oneself is complete. You don't need anything more for it to do. But this does a little more. It also gives an alambana. What is alambana? A crutch. Something to to have and to hold that is tangible on the level of the empirical reality of the everyday, whenever one feels like one is slipping back into samsara, one can pull oneself up in various ways. Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, Ekadantaya Vidmahe Vakratundaya Dhimahi, Tanno Dantif Prachodayat. These are all just little reminders which recall the person, the I that is fast identifying with everything that it is not. It calls it back, it gives that. It gives an alambana, a crutch to hold, to prop myself up, even as that sinking feeling in samsara comes. Several crutches, various sizes, small, medium, large. You take your pick. And then the other thing this Upanishad does is that it plugs up the possibility of sinking back into samsara. Yeah. How? In a very unique way. Because it says that it is so pure that the very chanting of it, what does it do? It makes all the papas go away. What is samsara other than papa? My own omissions and commissions and other people's omissions and commissions against me constitute samsara. And the punya hunger also is samsara. I want more punya. Why? Because I want to sit in heaven along with Ganapati. Yeah. So this punya, trip and this papa bad trip, this is what constitutes samsara. And then all of the Phalashruti, when you read, it says papa kshaya, that if you chant it at night, for example, all the papas done during the day are gone. If you chant it in the morning, all the nighttime nefarious, things that one have plotted, planned and executed would have gone. But here a small caveat is needed at this level, at the level of, righting one's wrongs. Papa, can be washed off through prayer. So the Ganapati Upanishad is a very powerful prayer. But at the same time, this is not some kind of a theological mandate where you declare I am saved and then you go back to life as usual. You cannot say I am saved and so I am exempt from the 10 commandments because God is going to give me some, special dispensation and favors so that I am free. I have theological immunity against the commandments because I'm saved. This is not like that. This is for people who are really wanting to make an effort from departing from the pressure to go towards adharma. That's a different thing. This is for people like Valmiki. Who is Valmiki? The one who wrote the Ramayana, the author of the Ramayana, who was a nighttime nocturnal being, very active at night, wasn't chanting Ganapati Upanishad at all. Oh, so what was he doing? He was just giving people enforced vairagya. That's all. Stand and deliver, he would say. And then some punya must have been working overtime because one day he caught hold of the sage Narada and said, your money or your life. Narada was carrying a bag. And Narada said, there are 4 chapatis in this bag. You're welcome to have them. Somebody made them for my journey. That's all I have. What? You don't have any money? No, I don't have any money. How can you live like that? Well, money is not everything. What do you mean money is not everything? If you say that, I'll kill you. Kill. What will happen? You will only get papa. What is papa? He didn't know. It is the wrongdoing. What you're doing is wrong. No, but I have to feed my family. There are other ways to feed your family. No, but that's just, this is what I'm skilled in. And, I'm going to just do what I'm skilled in. And I'm doing it for others. So it is seva, it is not papa. I'm doing seva. You see, under the rubric of seva, what all went on even in ancient times. And Narada says, you know what, let's see what your family feels about this. Go home and then find out if this is really what they think. And he says, of course they will agree with me. And for good measure, he ties Narada to the tree there so that Narada will not make an escape. Goes home, everybody is upset because they think, because who will come home in the middle of the working hours? Because these are the working hours for him. The wife says, what happened? What happened? Are you okay? Did the cops come after you? What happened? No, I'm all right. I just want to know because I'm doing all this just for you. So will you share my karma with me? And she says, my karma is to be married to you. Why should I share any more of your karma? Then he wakes up the children. What? Dad, we have a test tomorrow. We need to sleep. He says, no, daddy has to do sometimes bad things like killing people. And then the children says, not listening. They don't want to hear this. No, listen. Will you take on some, I met one idiotic sage who says bad things will happen to me. Will you take on some of it? Because after all, I'm doing it for you. The children says no. They say no. Then he wakes up the elderly parents. And the parents give him a big, cuff in the ear. Elderly father and mother. Mother cuffs him on one side, the father cuffs him on the other side and say, idiot, we educated you and we gave you the right ways, and if this is what you are choosing to do with your life and already you are giving us so much grief, and then on top of that you want us to take your karma, no way. This is what happened. And so then he goes back a much more sober person, riddled with guilt and grief, and says to Narada, I had no idea this is what I was doing. And all these people that I am feeding, these ingrates are leaving me. And they say it is not even possible to share. Is this true? Narada says, absolutely. Your own wrongdoings you have to take care of. How? He says, I'll give you a mantra, a Taraka mantra. Just say Rama, Rama, Rama. Sit here, right here and say Rama, Rama. And Valmiki, at that time his name was not Valmiki. His name was the killer of innocent people. And that's what the neighborhood called him. And dangerous highwayman, that is what they called him. And then, nobody knows his real name, because why should we learn his real name? He was called Nishada, the hunter of people. And then, he sat right there. Nobody knows him by his original name. We all know him as Valmiki, which means an anthill, the one who emerged out of the anthill. And he stayed there and chanted Rama for so long that ants mistook him for a surface to build their home on. They felt safe enough to build their home on. And Narada went away, and then he came back many, many years later. And he said, what is this? Have we entered Satya Yuga? Because everything, all the ants are chanting Rama, Rama from inside this anthill. So he clears the clay of the anthill and finds this same man that he had given this mantra to after many, many years. So the chanting of the Ganapati Upanishad is for that kind of a transformation. It's not for someone who says, okay, yesterday I chanted Ganapati Upanishad, that means today I have a free Ganapati license, a Ganapati pass to do whatever I want. That's not how this works. And that's not how the other Phalashruti of the Upanishad also does not work like that. I have studied one Upanishad, it is enough. It should be enough. And it is enough. But what happens is that one's own adhikaritvam needs to be fine-tuned. One's own qualifications. There are many things that one forgets. There are many things that one thinks one has listened to, but one has not. And there are many, many things that one has listened to, but they have not penetrated the surface. Yeah. Why? Because the pores are clogged with ragadveshas that are pouring out of oneself. So all these have to be, this is a pursuit. And a pursuit, you cannot say that the Upanishad does not work, because the proof of the pursuit is in the transformation that we were talking about, of the entire being and the entire way of looking at it. And so the pursuit, you have to give it time to work. A pursuit means it's a dedication, it's a commitment. A student of medicine cannot just attend one class on anatomy and physiology and, or just autopsy one cadaver and say, okay, how come I don't know what this is all about? This should be enough. No, think of just even medicine. You have to study, you have to first have college. That is how many? 4 years, right? Yeah. And then 5 years you study. And that just gives you a license to become an intern. You're still not unleashed onto the society to, to practice. You're an intern. And then you become a resident. You're still watched, monitored. And then you have to complete 2 more years of that. 2 years of internship, 2 or 3 years of internship, 2 more years of residency. And then after that, you qualify to, finally take care of your student loans and practice. So you cannot say, why did I become a doctor? I have already taken 1 year of, classes in medicine, in pre-med. No. It's a pursuit. A pursuit means there are qualifications, there are ways of clearing, and there is also the secondary practices that buttress this pursuit. Like the homework. Not that the homework produces the knowledge. No, it doesn't produce the knowledge. But it reiterates and makes whatever has been studied assimilate a little deeper. So the vision is always connected to a lifestyle that is conducive to furthering or to assimilate this vision, to see this properly. And that lifestyle is that one of bhakti, one of shraddha, and what we call karma yoga. So in this 1 month course, what we have done is somehow exemplify the Mahavakya Tattvamasi. So Tattvamasi, you are that which is Ishvara, which is the cause of this universe, and this is what the Mahavakya says. A Mahavakya is that which shows the identity between Jiva and Ishvara. And so we have exemplified that in the various texts that have been selected for this Upanishad. So we had the Ganapati Upanishad on the weekends, Tat Pada Vichara, an inquiry into the word Tat. What is this Tat? That which is Jagat Karanam, which is the cause of the universe, but it is also that which is not dependent upon the universe. It is that which projects and swallows up the universe without undergoing any change. It is that which is manifest as the universe without really becoming the universe. And it is that which is nothing but the meaning of the word Aham. Tvam Sakshad Atmasi Nityam. This is what we did that. And then in the Hastamalaka Stotra being studied during the week, what did we study? Tvam Pada Vichara primarily. No Tatpada text, goes without really addressing the Tvam and vice versa. But we only say it is Tatpada heavy or Tvam Pada heavy. That's all. That primarily it addresses this. So then during the weekdays we studied Hastamalaka Stotra, which is all about Tvam Pada Vichara. What is this I? This I is Nitya. It is always there. It is Upalabdhi Swarupa. It is ever available. It is never absent. And it is Atma. It is that which is which is the whole, which is free, which is limitless. It is Brahman. It is the whole. And then that from the standpoint of the body-mind-sense complex, there is a certain, systemic negation that has to take place. Neti neti, I'm not the sum total of this body. I'm not the sum total of this mind and all its machinations. I'm not the senses. I'm not anything. I'm that Atma. So there is the negation and then there is the accepting. So this neti neti and iti iti. We saw that beautiful, text do that. And then in the Medha Suktam, what did we do? We studied, really speaking, the meaning of the word asi. What is that? What is that is? You, that, and then we have to, what joins you and that? Are, correct? Yeah. It's not tattvam bhavishyasi. You're not going to become that, or tattvam asit, you were that, Tattvam asihi, you cannot say, you were that. What is it? Asi, now, present. And it's an undefined present. In Sanskrit, when you use the present tense, it's undefined, the time is not there. So it's like a present continuous in English. You are that. And in the Medha Sukta we saw that this intelligence that is obtaining is really the meaning of the word I. It is both the vision, that which we are trying to assimilate, and then it is also, it is the content of the vision, and it is also the honed receptacle in which the vision resides. Yeah, that is what it is. It is the content of the vision as jnanam, that is free of the knower and the known, and in a sharpened intellect. Sharpened means in a honed intellect, in a buddhi that has, undergone some restructuring and resculpting. It is also the place where this vision shines, which holds this vision, where this vision is available. So right there, it's beautiful. So buddhi as the medium for this vision, and buddhi as a manifestation of this vision, and buddhi as the manifestation of that Medha herself, that goddess whose grace we need, because the asi pada, asi means how do I go about this? That is the thing. What do I do? So here we pray. We pray for the grace for all the vignas, the obstacles to go, obstacles to memory, obstacles to remembering, obstacles to knowing, or resistances, fears, scarcities, all that, all trials, let them go, and let the goddess Medha, bless me to continue on this path. Because really, the thing about this pursuit is that there is no going back. Why you didn't tell us on the first class? Why did you wait till the end to tell us? There is no going back. Because how will you turn away from yourself? Tell me. An interesting meditation would be to say, let me go far away from Brahman, as far as possible. Try. Or even Atma. You run. Who is running? Who is powering the running? Wherever you go, there Atma is. No, I'll go to sleep. In sleep also Atma predominates. I'll go into dream state. There also Atma is the one upholding the dream state. Now I'll have an out-of-body experience. Yeah, well, Atma is out of body, in body, everywhere, all pervasive. Cannot go away from Atma, which is Brahman. You cannot go away. So this pursuit, there is no turning back. Even if you want to, it's not an option. So therefore, this is what we did during this, in between Sanskrit, to help us understand a little bit. Panini was fun, to see what all they did in 2500 BC when there was no SMS and Twitter. how did they spend their time. It's very nice to, at the very least, it's good to see what they did with their brains at that time. The sages of yore. It's nice to try to enter the mind of Panini and see where he sits. Even though we cannot really be like him, we can at least appreciate what he did. And so this is, and we had some beginning Sanskrit classes with Janani. We are very thankful that she was able to teach them. And so therefore, this whole thing was like a mini package, specially designed for people who are unable to take the time out of their lives to go sit in any of the ashrams. This was just a little taste where the ashram comes on your screen. Yes, you have an on-screen ashram, and you don't even have to leave your house. And so we tried that. We have tried to do this in such a way so that even if you are not able to take all the classes, you got a little glimpse of some things here and there that you are able to take it further, and you're also able to see, what else do I need to take this further? Do I need to make more time in my life? Do I need to, deepen my commitment? Do I need to broaden my vision? Do I need to incorporate more seva in my life? Do I need more bhakti in my life? That is all becomes very, very clear. So this is just a little taste, a little, appetizer of Vedanta. Yeah, it was a Vedanta teaser, an appetizer of sorts. An appetizer should be sufficiently small to make you want more, correct? Yeah. But it has to be sufficiently tasty as well. So we hope that this has been achieved in this 1 month. And I commend all of you for being able to make this time, whatever time you did. Of course, always everybody feels, because I got a lot of emails yesterday, a lot of confession emails. And for lack of a better term, and the emails ran something like, I wish I could have done this, but certain things came up in my life. I wish I meant to catch up on live stream, but I am 3 classes behind. Very honest emails. I got a lot of them in the last couple of days as we were, as the conclusion for the course came. I commend you all for that honesty as well. This is dharma. This is dharma saying that, I don't think I could have done more justice, but somehow either, some kind of a adhibhuta, adhidaiva or adhyatma, ashanti kept me away from completing this. And, and thank God for the archived classes on live stream that I can go and, refresh myself. I can complete it. So this is what it takes to study. This is the intellectual honesty. But again, there is no need for guilt. It's okay. Whatever you are able to do, it has blessed you. And you have to take my word for it, even if you feel otherwise. Yeah. You have to take my word for it, because this is how it works. Even if you have been in this whole month, you wanted to attend, 25 classes, but you were only able to attend 5 or even 1. It's okay. That has blessed you. It's better than nothing. So I commend you all for taking this time wherever you are. And I don't know much about all your lives. I know some of you more than others, and I don't know what all it has taken to make this sacrifice. And it's a sacred sacrifice. It's not selfish to pursue this, because it makes one into a better human being, really. And it benefits all the things that you have to do as a person who has a family, as a person who is in the world. So it is not a selfish pursuit. It is in fact extremely necessary, as we began, to address, to address that helplessness, and and it is something that restores one's sanity, within a certain framework, of course, and then it restores the sanity. Because it is a body of sacred knowledge, most ancient and sacred knowledge, that is 100% objective and is designed to remove any kind of subjectivity that clouds this vision. So I will stop here with these words. There are a couple of things we are going to do. One is we will have the certificates, and lot of smiley faces. Let's see if there's any. So let us see if people have things to say, or if there are any last minute questions that you would like to ask at this point. And because we won't be meeting, tomorrow, we will have, I will also discuss a little bit about the ongoing classes, what it will be, and when we will start up again, I will talk about that. So this is the time to ask. Vedanta trailer, very nice. Yes, it's a little preview. For all ages, inner children included. Yeah, suitable.
The general audience?
Yes. PG, parental guidance. So if you have any thoughts that you would like me to read out and share with the people present here, thoughts, desires, and anything. And also, if you think you deserve a certificate but you have been overlooked or whatever it is, then please email me and let me know, because I waited for your email, and as of 6 o'clock this morning, whatever I received has been included. But if there is anything else, anybody who thinks they should be getting one but they don't see their name on it, and they have attended the classes, enough classes to have one and want one, then let me know. We are all invited to Kavita's house for a meal and satsang. We will go, no problem. She lives in DC. Please make the classes interactive like now. Are they interactive? Not that I was aware, but okay. I'm glad you think they are, and we will continue. Aruna.
Yeah, the more one gives, the more happy one feels. True for you. Thank you.
Oh, yes,
Thank
yes.
You, Swami.
Yeah. Okay. So now I will say what we are going to do. We are going to take a 1 week break. Yay, right? Yeah. 1 week break. Because, let it percolate. It's like the coffee filter, South Indian coffee filter. You put the grounds, you press them, and then you put the hot water of the Tattvamasi Mahavakya, and then you let it percolate. That's what, that you need some nice, strong decoction. So let the Vedanta decoct for 1 week. Okay? And then after that, somebody asked, 1 more month? No, not 1 more month course. what we will have is some ongoing classes. And Bhagavan is not letting me leave Eugene for some reason. 2 times I tried to go eastward, one in December, and that program got restructured. And then most recently I was going to Atlanta. Everything was set, ticket was booked, everything, but there was some problem with some, place over there, and so we have rescheduled that program as well. So this is not in my hands, Yeah, I was ready to go, but anyhow. So that means that I'm going to be here for, some time more. And so what I'm going to do is we are going to resume our Tuesday, Wednesday classes, which are called ongoing classes. One definition of ongoing classes is that which have been going on for a long, long, long time. So this is ongoing classes. Tuesday, same, our time 6 to 7, Shvetashvatara, and Wednesday, Kathopanishad. That will continue after 1 week. Starting when? 18th? Is it Tuesday?
No, the 18th isn't Tuesday, 18th is Wednesday,
21.
so 7,
21 is a Tuesday.
21.
Oh, basements are flooding in Atlanta, too cold. See, Bhagavan, Bhagavan did something, yes.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Just double check the dates. So, 21st, yeah.
Yeah, I will, yeah, you organize, I will come. Bay Area is not difficult to come. And it has no snow, so no problem, I'll come. rest of the country, of course, is whatever. Yes, Harish, you organize, I will come. So, now, which is the date?
21st.
Yeah, starting the 21st, we will have, no, before that, 18th is some Vedanta Dindima.
Oh,
Vedanta Dindima, I gave you the schedule. So, Vedanta Dindima, we have ongoing classes means our monthly classes also. So, 18th, Saturday, Vedanta Dindima. Because it's a long weekend, we'll do something. Vedanta Dindima on the 18th, and then Saturday, 9:30 to noon, our time. And then starting that week, Tuesday and Wednesday, 21st, 22nd onwards, we will have, what is that, Shvetashvatara and Kathopanishad. And then I am adding 2 more classes. I am adding an intermediate Sanskrit class, by what I think is popular demand. If you disagree, let me know and we'll stop it immediately. And then I'm also adding a chanting class, 2 chanting classes, and we will give you the time. We will email you the time. We have everyone's emails. Yeah. So then that is the thing. Okay. Yeah. What verse are we on the Dindima? We are on the first 50-ish, in the early 50s. Yeah. So that is, we are on 50. You are also taking Kabbalah, so say we. Yeah. Because you have also been attending, correct? Okay? So this is what the future is going to look like, at least the immediate future. And this will continue. Whenever I am in town, this schedule, we hope, will continue. As long as you are there to indulge me, it will continue. As long as there are people studying, I will continue to teach. If there are sincere students, no problem. And then, so that is basically how we will do that. So, no, Saturday, not Sunday, Saturday the 18th, once a month Dindima class meets. You are all welcome to join. Once a month. So it will be, it should have met in the beginning of the year, but we were having this 1 month course, so it has been moved to the 18th. And then after that, it will meet again on the 1st of February and the 8th of March. Like that, the first Saturday of the month. First Saturday of the month.
8th of March, what was it?
9th.
Oh, it says
We'll
on
go.
the email. Okay.
Yeah. It's not yet set. We
Oh.
can set it.
Okay.
Yeah. Or the 1st of March. We'll see. So this is what we will do. Now the entire schedule will be emailed to you. You all, if we don't have your emails, send your email to arsha@verizon.net and I will email it to you. But I think I have your emails. If you have registered for the 1 month course, I certainly have all your emails. The ongoing classes will be emailed to you. Okay? Yeah. And then Panini we will talk about. I have to have a conversation with the person who is with one of the few people who I think is really understanding what's going on, Padmanabhanji in Salt Lake City. So I'll have a conversation with him and then let you know what is happening with Panini classes. Okay? Yeah. Pujya Swamiji is feeling much better. He is stable. Yeah. So now we will, so now your certificates are all safe, and if you haven't downloaded them, they are on this link here. And what I am going to do is I am going to first give out the certificate for the people who are here, and then I am going to read out each of the names of the people who are getting the certificates online, and we can all collab.
And the link is on the live stream.
Huh?
The link is on the live stream as well.
Yeah, good. Dottie, come. We should clap. Yeah. Oh, very nice. Cream colored paper. What a nice certificate. Wonderful. This is what it looks like if you are looking at it right now. There we go. Very nice. Congratulations. Here, wait, Prasad. We may need some help to open this. Sweet things open easily. Yeah, 15 minutes will be done. Yeah, you can leave whenever you want. I hope to be done in 15 minutes. Harinder, clap, clap, clap. Don't forget to clap. Yeah. And one mala you can take from there, whichever one you like. Yeah, here, give it here.
I can help. If you take it by here, please.
If I take it by here, it will be there. Ah, very nice. I think you had your eye on this one.
It just
There
came
you
from-
go. Okay. Yeah. Kate. Oh, you have one of these, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh. Laurie not here. Ramagiri. Let's see which one to give you.
Which one will Jan wear?
Huh? I think this one.
I don't know.
This one. Oh. And the rest of the people are not here. So now we will clap for the people online. And I had kept it somewhere here. Let's see. Anand Iyer. Very nice. All the way from England. Aruna Sharma from Washington DC. Beena Nangia from India. And sometimes she's here also, so I don't know exactly where she is right now. Yes, Craig Moberg, Boston. Deepthi Tondupalli from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Gay Mehta from Toronto. Harish Parshuraman from the Bay Area, as he just said. Kamala Griffin from Los Angeles area. Kavita from Washington DC. Simon Montsi from Spain. Nazira Santana from Argentina, I think. Are you from Argentina? Nazira, are you there? Are you from? You are from some South America, but I don't know Argentina or yeah. Laurie, you also got a certificate. Yeah. Oh, Brazil. Yeah. So Nazira from Brazil. Yeah, the Pope is from Argentina. Yes. And then Padmanabhan Iyer from Salt Lake City. Extra claps for advanced Sanskrit comprehension. And then Tripti Jani from Atlanta. And then Vidya Iyer also from Salt Lake City. And then Vasanti from Boston. And let's give an extra clap for Vasanti and Craig because they are getting married in April. So we wish them a wonderful life and we invite them to come here and anytime they want to, that will be very nice. Yeah. So that concludes our valedictory session, and we do some shastric things just for fun, and which will not take too long. One is the chanting. Can we please bring Swamiji over here, please? Yeah. The whole thing. One is the Arati to the Guru here, right here. Huh?
Like that?
Yes. And that way I can put this, they can look at the one is the chanting of the Avahanti mantra and Arati to the Guru. Yeah. Not anywhere near here. If you hold it, you can yourself do it. Yeah. I get a little concerned. This is okay. This is okay. Yeah. This is okay. And I will. And as Yajna Prasad, I will send you this photograph. This is the best prasad to have from the 1 month course. So I will send it to you in high resolution. So you can have a smiling Pujya Swamiji in your house. This same one you can have and make it up to any size that you want. We have a big one over here, and it's one of the best photographs of Pujya Swamiji. And so if you want, I will send it to you. Yeah. I will send that to you along with the schedule. Okay? Yeah. So we will do that. Om Yaschandasam Vrishabho Vishwarupah Chandabhyo Dyamritaad Sambabhuva Samendro Medhaya Aspranotu Amritasya Devadharano Bhuyasam Shariram Me Vicharishanam Jihva Me Madhumattama Karna Abhyam Bhuri Vishruvam Brahmanah Koshosi Medhaya Pihitah Shrutam Me Gopaya Abahanti Vitanvana Kurvana Chiramatmanah Vasagam Simamagavascha Annapane Cha Sarvada Tato Me Shriyamavah Lomasham Pashubhis Sahaswaha Amayanto Brahmacharina Swaha Vimayanto Brahmacharina Swaha प्रमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा दमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा शमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा यशो जने साने स्वाहा श्रेयान्वस्य सोसानि स्वाहा तन्त्वा भगप्रविशानि स्वाहा समा भगप्रविश स्वाहा तस्मिन् सहस्रशाखे निभगाहन्त्वयि मृजे स्वाहा यथा पः प्रवतायन्ति यथा मासा अहर्जरम् एवं मां ब्रह्मचारिणः धातरायन्तु सर्वतः स्वाहा प्रतिवेशोऽसि प्रमाभागे प्रमापद्यस्व ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Please bring the chandan plate from there. Chandan, kumkum, puja plate. Yeah, just yeah, 2 more minutes. Please wait, and then you can go. Yeah, Taittiriya Upanishad. Taittiriya Upanishad, Avahanti mantra is the oldest valedictory speech that was given, and this is also a prayer for more, people to come. We are not chanting the entire valedictory speech. Janani, please do arati. ॐ न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतो यमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति. Please bring that here. Come here. ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. And everybody can come and pay their respects, and then that concludes our program for today. Mantra mentioned during Medha Suktam. Which one? Oh, yeah. I can write that here. Ya Devi Stuyate Nityam. There, that is the one. Yeah, Sharada Stotram I will teach, and I will give you the whole text also. No problem. Oh, thank you. Namaskar.